supplier port access.
So what is the username and password of that?
I'll give you that. So password remains the same, and the
But
user
user
ID
is what?
Adam.Jones.
Adam.Jones.
Do you see it on my screen?
Jones. Yes. So it's for supplier portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
I've started the recording as well, and
Authentication failed.
I think the password is incorrect. There are so many IDs for different instances. They keep getting, I think the browser keeps getting confused. So the login page will look like this. They will have an access to the URL through which they want.
So Adam John is what? Is an external person, right?
Yes,
is
correct. He doesn't belong to the, he could be a supplier contact. If you remember on the supplier, we had certain contacts.
And the contact, yes.
So that person could be the Adam Jones. Now on the right hand side, if you look at his access, it's pretty clean. He doesn't have access to the functional setup manager and all that stuff, which is expected, right? And on the main portal, he has a, which is the most important one, which is your supplier portal.
Okay.
So you click on it, and this opens up a single page from where he can do or navigate to different parts of the application. So this is like, you know, requiring attention. You can see different stuff here. Recent activity, any transaction reports. This is more like a dashboard kind of thing initially. If you want to see more things, there could be more infolets, which you come here. Right now there are 3. You don't want any one of them, you can switch them off like any other infolet. Okay. And if you click on this, you may have different views of it, more details.
And I can add more infolets as required.
Correct. Actually, I as a supplier may not be able to add.
No,
because
but
I
as a
admin, they will give me access, but I can enable, disable the ones that are available here as per my choice.
Okay.
The ones that I want to see, I will just take and untake, and I can then drag and move them around as well. You know, stuff like that can be done. Now here, this corner, you have an expanded view as well. So depending on the infolet, you might get certain details. Now let's take a look on the left hand side, the set of tasks. If you are searching for a particular order, you can search for based on order number. The order here is the purchase order number. Any agreement, shipments, deliverables, consigned inventories, invoices and payments. So see here, there is an option of creating an invoice, create invoice without PO. This one is with PO. Then you can look at the view invoices, view payments, any negotiations that have been happening. Negotiation is a feature that has been introduced in Fusion. Auctions from the seller, or qualifications, any questionnaires that have been shared with the supplier. You know, a lot of times we send them questions and we ask them to share their information and stuff like that. So
Wow, this is very good.
yes, products. So you
Questionnaire.
can manage different products. You can view the items, view changes. This is the normal concurrent processes, the scheduled processes, and this is the company profile that they can manage. If you click on manage profile,
What about introducing products? How would they
yes,
introduce, push
yes,
it?
yes. So this is your company profile, which we have seen on the supplier side.
Hmm.
So that was what the company was doing.
Hmm.
You remember this DUNS number, corporate profile,
Correct,
who is the
correct. Yeah, yeah.
CEO, who is the. So what you can always do is you can quick and dirty just create the supplier name, type, site, and get him going, and then ask them to go back and update their information.
Okay.
So these are the tax identifiers, the addresses. The same information that we saw there is visible here.
Okay.
Addresses, we had it by the different OUs. These are the contacts. See, Adam Jones is one of the contacts here, and he's the administrative contact.
Okay.
Then you have the different payment related information, which is again similar to what we saw there. Business classifications.
But I can add more to the classifications? Or this is seeded?
Yeah, you can you can have a list. That list
Is expandable,
can be
right?
updated. Yes, updated through the
Okay. Okay.
functional setup
Okay.
manager.
Okay.
Right. So now I have made the edit, so you can give a change and review changes, save and close, and all that stuff, and business classifications.
So when you review the change, when you put the change, does it go to internally for approval? No, it does not.
Uh, Depends on what setup has been enabled. You may ask for approvals, you may not ask for approvals.
Okay.
So
The file
let's do a
changes
change. Okay, change.
can be approved. Now this category is coming from one product item master, right?
Correct.
So what happens is that I don't want to give them access to all the product information. How do I restrict it?
So what you could do is these kind of
By category?
yes, by category you can
Yeah.
restrict it and say that only this category this person will have access. So once you do the change, you can review the changes.
Okay. And submit.
See?
Okay. Good.
So now the status changes to pending approval.
Yes.
So if you don't want this approval, you can always set it to auto approve. So whatever they will submit will get approved. You tell them that they are the ones who own their data. So this was at the supplier. This is the company's profile basically.
Which we did, yes.
You want to see anything on this particular item before we move forward?
No, finished. I think that's pretty good.
So next we come to the products. Products, view items, view changes, view schedule processes. Let's say view items. everything is defined here. We'll have to look out for one particular item and then search for it. That would be helpful rather than just opening up a blank query. So nobody is being allowed for the IPL, huh?
No, no.
Except Shah Rukh Khan. This was a good opportunity to make some good money there.
Yeah, but
Health conditions and what is the COVID situation there now?
good. Okay.
Middle East has done quite well compared to rest of the world.
Yeah.
Touch it. Let me, while this opens up, let me also share with you. I was looking at a yes, the other day you were asking me about the barcodes and all that, right? See, this is one article which I'll share the link with you. Keep it with you. Maybe you know your technical team or whoever is looking at it. This
What
talks
is it?
about the approach for you know barcode. So there is the barcode utility. You know there will be a application for generating the barcode.
Okay.
Which has to be shared basically.
So
Which
what is
has
it?
to be
Utility?
stored in the application.
Managing.
Okay, I'll just This is the, I'll share with you the link.
Hmm.
It's on the chat window. Okay. So this was the managed products that we had. We clicked on remember.
Hmm.
And these are the list of products. So you have a
Hmm.
status here.
Hmm.
Okay. So based on this, what they are talking about is, you have a series of products.
Hmm.
Okay. And then you are submitting the product to your customer. That, hey, I want to sell this. So the customer has given a response.
Hmm. Hmm.
So any interactions that you have, it's not that all the products that you have will be accepted by the customer.
Hmm. So how do you create these products?
So
My
here,
products.
you have this plus create.
Okay.
So you have a product, you have the details, you fill in all the details regarding that.
What is this? GTIUN. GTIN means what? Global
I think
TIN
it's
number.
tag. I'll have to look at it. Look at
Okay.
the.
Manufacturing part number, pack type. Okay. So what happens? Formatted description. So you can write the formatted description. Can the user upload it using Excel, or he has to type it out?
Global trade item number. GTIN is global trade item number. That's basically
Global trade
item number.
item. Okay. All right.
See, I'll just, what I did was, I'll tell you what I did to look this up, and it might give you some more ideas of, how this is to be used.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
GTIN.
Okay, you see this?
Yeah.
So this, I think, is the same as that barcode that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So depending on, you have these healthcare guidelines and, barcoding, plasma derivatives, allocation
Show the
rules.
healthcare
Yeah,
guideline.
yeah. You want to see this?
Yes.
Oh, this is a PDF. I can share with you this
That's fine. I mean,
chat,
you can tell
and
me.
then, yeah, you can look at it
Mm.
at your leisure also, because what
Yeah, yeah.
happens,
Let's move on.
sometimes,
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
things don't open up later on, then you'd be lost, searching
That's
for
fine.
them.
That's fine. At least we put GTIN. You've had GTIN. Then go to
Yeah,
the application, please.
yeah, I'll just put it there. So you have, what category?
I can secure the category you said,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Category has to be secured to
Let's say
be
cardio
as
fitness.
secured. Okay.
Put put in the GTIN, put in the product name.
Now, here you have a lot of trading companies. By manufacturer, you don't put the company or manufacturer name is there. So I can be a trading company. I can also upload it
Yes,
on behalf of
yes.
the manufacturer. Okay, unit of measure, pack type, formatted description. Okay, that's fine. Now, what about the product pictures? And there's a
Yeah,
barcode on the left. See some.
yeah.
There's some
So
barcode.
this is that barcode related information here.
Okay.
All right. So you can put in all the GTIN, unit of measure, and all that stuff, which might be specific to your,
Yes.
unit and things like that. So manufacturer part number, who is the manufacturer, what is the primary unit of measure.
Yeah. Okay.
And what is the pack type, and this is the formatted description. And if you want to add any items,
So now for services, what do I do for services now?
service, these are all products and services. So if you want, you can always put in some, services as well. Okay. So you can go on adding
What
more.
about the price? Okay. What about price? You can put the price here.
Yeah, this is formatted description, so you can put in all the details here. Usually prices and all, unless it's a fixed price and things like that, sometimes they are subject to negotiation. So upfront,
Correct.
it's
Correct.
good to put your prices here.
Okay.
And besides, these are
Okay.
all attributes which you can also configure on and off, saying that, even
Atri didn't show me any of this here. Didn't show me anything of this.
okay.
You should have shown me all this, no?
Blah, 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 blah. You can go on adding more stuff here. Right. So this could be a well formatted one also, rich text. You can put in links also, things like that. So all of these things you can do here and
Mm-hmm.
then submit it. Oops. Oh, shit. Okay. So this is the one that we added.
Okay. But it can be auto approval also. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. But I will not suggest set it to auto approve, because what will happen, whatever the supplier is putting in, again, depends on what the requirement is basically. You know, they may not want to do it, or you might tell them that only when we instruct you should you go and update the product.
Mm.
You know, otherwise their list of products and will just go on increasing.
Correct.
Okay. Now, if we just go back to,
So we did products, manage products, right?
yes, yes,
View items, view changes. What is this? View schedule
this was
processes.
that view items. We'll have to search for an item.
Gloves, and because it's basically
Item number or item description, how it has been given. Based on that, those items will get displayed.
where this window will not do that search.
You need to have
Advanced search is
certain,
on.
yeah, you need to have some key items. Once we find an item, I'll come back and show you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, let's not waste time on this. It's basically the same set of items and more finer details. Okay, so view
Okay.
changes is any changes, modifications that have been done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when you click on this, ECO 1509.
Mm.
So this was an order. So change order and description and requested by, assigned to, stuff like that. So which particular item lines it affects and things like that. So you can have a, you know, link back to the original items.
Okay.
Might take some time to come.
No worries.
Do you want to wait or should I go back?
No, go back. Whatever you think.
Yeah, there might have been a problem. Okay, so these are the questionnaires that are there. So
Hmm.
we looked at these manage questionnaires. So for insurance tracking, there is a questionnaire.
Hmm. So I can build up my own question bank.
Correct, correct. Lot of companies request these information from their suppliers, right?
Okay.
So these are two sets of questions, and these are the different parts of the questionnaire. So there might be more than one section.
Hmm.
So let's say I want to respond something, business classification details.
Hmm. So can this questionnaire be generated based on, is it on inquiry or is it on post? What stages post awarding of the contract?
Yes,
Oh,
mostly it would be, on award of contract, like, you may not want, or you could also have it sent to some prospective customers as well, suppliers as well, that, before
mhm.
you become our before you become our supplier, we want you to answer these questions.
Okay. Or on contract as well.
It could be on contract or yearly basis. You want to keep reviewing their status, whether there has been any changes to their status, where
So now I can see this. Where is it set up? Where can I see the questionnaire set up? Is it same as the HR questionnaire? That's different, right?
yes, yeah, actually
Well, so
they are using the same. Good question. They are actually using the same functionality that was there in HR questionnaires before. They have now extended it to
okay,
rest of the applications.
okay.
So from here, you can also view in PDF. After generating, you might want to keep a record of it and keep it in your file and things like that.
Hmm.
So
So how do I send this questionnaire to whom?
okay, sorry.
I can send this once I. How do I assign this questionnaire to somebody?
So that would be from your application. You as a user. I am now logged in as a supplier.
Okay, supplier. Okay, so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
questionnaire can be pushed into this. Okay.
Yes, yes. And what was view the qualifications.
No, I've got one thing which I want to do.
Hmm.
I want to give access. See, we have a lot of contract labor, right?
Hmm.
Contract staff. I
Hmm.
want them to submit the details of the contract staff, contingent workers. How do I make it so that they can enter all the details, update it? I want them to maintain it.
In that case, that would be part of the HR solution,
So I'll
because
give them access to that HR
correct.
solution. They can
Right.
update it,
Hmm.
and but then I can secure it. Can I secure it by
Hmm.
supplier?
Yeah, you
Hmm?
can. You can.
Hmm. By supplier? Are you sure in HR?
Yeah, because what's happening in it's like this. It's part of your access that you have through your recruiting solution. Okay, so you could be a HR agency which is providing contingent workers.
Hmm.
So you give them access to the system so that they can create their profiles, upload the profile of the candidates, and once you are ready to hire them, process their, and then you hire them, those records get created as contingent workers in the application.
Yeah, but what happened? Update. Suppose the contract gets expired. Yeah, how do I send a notification to the agency? I can do that, right? They'll need,
Notification you can
but
always
where's
send
the,
it.
Okay, now, so is agency, where will the agency defined as a supplier?
So what would happen is that agency can always be set up as a supplier. That is
Yeah, but in
nothing prevent.
recruitment, it is recruitment, it is only a drop-down list. It is not defined as supplier. It is just a name.
Yeah, but if you look at a contingent worker, you have the
Hmm.
feasibility of linking the agency through which they come in.
Yeah, I know, but how do I link the agency to the supplier?
So that agency is a supplier itself.
No, I know, but the drop-down list in recruitment called agency is a drop-down. It is not defined as a supplier.
I'm not just talking about recruitment. I'm talking about the employee as a contingent worker, where you have that which agency he's coming in from.
I understand that.
Hmm.
Where he's coming
So
from, they
that
give the
agency is
thing
a
which is,
supplier actually.
yeah, but in HR, that there's no link between the agency definition in recruitment and the supplier,
No,
whatever this
I'm
guy.
not
It's
saying
not.
that. I'm not saying that. I'm
Uh,
saying these two are distant. Fine. But what
yes.
I'm saying is on the contingent worker, where you have your list of which company he's coming from, that itself is a
Hmm.
supplier,
Hmm.
irrespective of the agency.
Hmm.
You see, I'm not talking about the agency and the supplier connect.
Hmm. So when I'm defining contingent worker, I can identify the supplier also on that.
Yes,
That's what you're saying.
supplier,
I'll have to check.
exactly, exactly. Yeah,
I'll have to check that.
yeah, check it out. Then you can see that. Okay.
Hmm. Magic questionnaire, view questionnaires, questionnaire. What is qualification? View qualifications?
Yeah, view qualifications. Let's go in. So you might be doing certain assessments of the supplier, their performance. You remember in the supplier, when we were creating the supplier, there was one section for assessments. We said that
Yes.
you could have. So those sort of things you can maintain. They will be able to see that basically. So I as a supplier, I can see all things based on which the assessment has been done.
Okay.
These are the seller auctions.
Mm-hmm.
So this is negotiation that has been happening, retired IT equipment. So there is a particular negotiation that has been going to and fro.
Now, where would I use this?
Uh, it could be
What the
like,
supplier is providing this auction, or is it like advertising for this auction, or it is the
yeah, the seller in this case is the company. Okay.
mm-hmm.
And you as a supplier, you may be bidding for them.
Mm-hmm.
See, look at this seller auction instructions.
As the proposition is selling their retired IT, we are seeking soliciting bids from the parties looking to procure IT. Award will be given to the highest bids, which is in behalf of more than affiliates. Sell auction service. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is the auction thing, which is to the. But I can put in the price. Reserve price is this much. I can put it right if they want to.
Now, this is a bidding that you are giving. Now, based on this, these are the lines that you have. Okay, that was the header. These are the lines. Okay, see the start
Mm-hmm.
price is there. So this could be your reserve price.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you have a bid history. So you can look at all the details that have happened.
No, this is a bid history means the seller auction. So, but the supplier will not be able to see other bids, right? He'll only be able
No,
to see
I only see
bids
this.
which is. but the supplier portal will be able to do that, right?
Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
the company will be able to see all the bids. We've
correct.
not seen that bids.
No.
Okay.
So if you want to look at this bid or you want to go back and look at this bid,
Mhm. Okay. Okay, good.
the start price was 400, best bid price is 550.
So they'll come to know who's done it. No, but they won't know who's done it.
Who has done it will not be known, but at least they will see what is the, whether the
Yeah,
reserve
yeah.
price has been met or not.
Okay. Okay, good.
It's all good to have all this information here, but it ultimately depends on how companies are going to use it. And a lot of people find all these application to's and fro's cumbersome. What they do is they take it offline and they just come back and update it to show the organization that we are following the process.
That's fine. I mean, I know might not use all this, but at least
Yeah,
it talks about the maturity of the product,
correct,
how it
correct.
is doing. And it's probably sometimes this product, they introduce this kind of features to differentiate from the others.
Others, yes,
I,
yes.
I,
Or
it may not be used. 99% will not be used at all.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
Maybe a certain specific industry it might be used.
Correct, correct.
But like for example, cars, used cars, and all, you
Hmm,
might be
hmm,
using it, but not
hmm.
in
No,
because
like this
computers.
particular example is very appropriate. IT supplies, desktops,
Mhm.
laptops, these are very often auctioned off.
Yeah, but how do I do it for the employees? I want to give it to the employees. How do I do that?
Employees. Employees, the one option is you can always use self-service.
Now, where would they be seeing that? Can I see this bidding process? Can I link this up?
Oh, this one. This one you'd have to see that, because employees end of the day are also suppliers.
So how does an employee see this? That's what I want to know.
So you'd have to see whether employees can be set up as they can be given access to the supplier portal itself.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
once they get access to the supplier portal, they can always participate in this bidding.
Yeah.
So that has
Okay.
to be
Good.
seen whether employees can be given to this or not access.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that was viewing the active seller auctions, and this is managing the seller auction bids.
Hmm.
So all the bids that are there,
Hmm.
seller negotiations, this was the bid, and you can see the details here. So
Mhm.
we can either look at this.
Mhm.
Oh, this one was cancelled. Sorry. We can look at this. This is that managing the thing.
Hmm. No, this bidding and all can be also good for scrap and all, a lot of times. No,
Yes, yes,
scrap.
absolutely, absolutely.
It's a useful tool. It's a useful tool.
Yeah,
Sometimes we have big players, international
correct,
players who are
correct,
dealing with scrap
correct,
and all that.
correct, correct. It all depends
I
on
see a
how
lot
we
of
are going to use it, actually. And
yes.
and the drive from the top to say no, you must use this tool.
Now, can
Most
I be a bidding? Can I do a bidding in terms of services? Supposing I want gardening to bid. Oh, that's okay.
That's
That's
part
I'll
of
be
the
like a
negotiations, right?
Negotiation. Okay. 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 Now next, what is the suitable? Okay.
So this was the auctions. Above that, you have the negotiations.
Okay. So the problem is that now the kind of workforce I will employ is also going to be smarter. It's not going to be something
Absolutely.
like traditional
Absolutely.
data entry. It's not. It's like smarter workforce.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
You know.
See, no, even this supplier portal itself, how many companies are
Hmm.
ready to give access?
Hmm.
Our company is a
Hmm.
vendor of Oracle University.
Hmm.
Okay, we conduct a lot of
Hmm.
programs
Okay.
for Oracle University. If
Hmm.
you look at, they gave us access to this supplier portal, to their supplier portal.
Hmm. Hmm.
On that particular screen, it's just one screen. This is a
Hmm.
previous version. I'm talking about 5 years back when we originally
Hmm.
empaneled as the Oracle University vendor. So
Hmm.
they set us up as a supplier. They gave us access to just one screen and one portion
Hmm.
where you could only update your bank details.
Hmm.
And they opened it up for a period of 1 day or 5 days, or I forget exact duration right now. After that, they
Hmm.
withdrew that access.
Hmm. Hmm.
So a company that owns that particular product does not give access to their suppliers.
Hmm.
See,
Hmm.
this is a mindset that we have,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
there's always a debate. Oracle goes and sells to customers, but Oracle themselves are not using their features.
Hmm.
Every time you have we carried out a service for Oracle, we delivered something, we had to raise an invoice. We couldn't raise an invoice through the supplier portal.
Hmm.
Why not? You see the contradiction that is there.
Hmm. Well, I think it will change now slowly. I think it's also
It's all a matter of
will
mindset.
change.
All
No,
a
for
matter.
example, no, for example, when the Oracle, I was in Oracle, I implemented Oracle Human Capital
Hmm.
system, but we never implemented human capital for Oracle itself.
It's a
Yeah, you
yeah.
remember, I remember
Yes.
this in
Yes.
the late 90s,
Hmm.
or early 2000, didn't even have it for
Hmm.
ourselves. It's only in the early 2000 that they started
Yes.
using it.
Yes.
Only thing
Yes.
they may misuse what maybe financials.
Yes. And actually, what used to happen, if you really look at it, initially nobody concentrated
Hmm.
on the Oracle HR product. Even
Hmm.
Oracle themselves never invested on that product. If you look at the
Hmm.
10.7, 11.5, lot of that was already outdated when they had that product,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So no one bothered. I think only when customers started questioning Oracle, you yourselves don't use your product. Why are you selling it to the
Hmm.
customer?
Hmm. Hmm.
Then they started doing all this. But performance management, Oracle even today doesn't use their own performance management.
Hmm.
They have a customized solution, and yet you're selling to the client and you're saying best practices, do this, do that, which clients don't want to use.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So coming to negotiations,
Hmm. Hmm. So negotiations, when does this negotiation start?
usually
Once you have some,
negotiations, yes, once you are like, you are put in a bid, and then you are looking at, what are the different terms, conditions, things that you're doing.
now, when you put a bid, how do you put the bid? Will you show me how to put the bid?
Yeah, 1 minute.
And then when the bid is put, I want to know is the commercial side of the bid has to be
See, like this
hidden.
one.
Okay.
So negotiation type was RFQ.
Okay.
Okay. And if you look at the response, you could revise this also, or you could just,
Mm-hmm.
this is the quote. In the application, you have the quote.
Mm-hmm.
See, the response amount has been provided.
No, this is for the equipment. But what happens if it's an RFP which is services related where you have to do? How would I do that?
So only thing is here the description and things they will change in terms of the services. We'll have to look at one which is a service, you know. So this is like IT equipment upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a
So
description.
so where are the notes of negotiation? Okay, these are the negotiation quote. This is a quote you've done, right?
So these are the requirements that the company has given, and you can make attachments. These are your responses. Okay, you can give a response
Okay.
attachment. Okay, is your
Mm-hmm.
business a public company? Yes or no? No.
Mm-hmm.
If no, are you willing to give a signed copy of your audited financial statement? Yes or no? How many years of experience does your company have in providing blah blah blah? So again, these are the different sections. So you can go to the about the company, and the next one is about the capabilities. Okay, and any messages that have come in, any actions that have been done. So alternate bids, we are providing an alternate quote for the same item at a lower price, but does not include our 24/7 service support or industry leading service contract. Okay. These are the actions. You can also have a response PDF generated. You can make revisions and you can go back and keep updating. Anything else you want to see here?
No, nothing.
So this is the RFQ that has come in.
Okay.
This I think is pretty cool, right?
Yeah. This is table of contents, contract terms. This is good on the left side.
So the entire details can be made visible to the supplier.
Yeah. Now, if there's a changes, so sometimes there are queries. How
Hmm.
do I upload the queries?
See, create response.
Mm-hmm.
So then you had options also. So actions. So you can recreate a response. You can view it in PDF format. So if you want to create a response to this,
Mm-hmm.
so what is your exit copy from an exit, or you can create a new one.
Okay.
So through the mechanism of responses, you keep toing and froing, note to buyer, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you can respond by spreadsheet, do certain actions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. eBase, I don't think I had all this, right?
No, Ubis didn't have this. These are the lines that you're having. So response prices,
Mm-hmm.
you can give a response price. Starting price is this, response price is this.
Mm-hmm. How do I add the price, hide prices till the technical bid is over? Or
How
I
do you
can have to send it separately.
sorry, can you repeat that again?
So how can I hide this? See, sometimes in services there too. One is the technical and one is the commercial bid.
Right.
How do I put the commercial bid as confidential?
Oh, okay. Now see, this one is being visible
Yes,
to
see,
the
sometimes
supplier.
in commercial bid as confidential.
The
Hmm.
supplier is right now doing it, right? So he has been given access to
Hmm.
this.
Hmm. But I can still see, no?
Hmm.
Report or whatever.
But
How do
I
I
meaning whom? Supplier or the buyer?
company?
Buyer, right?
Hmm.
Now, so what you're saying is the buyer from the company should not see this.
Yes, till the it's technically qualified.
Okay, till it is technically qualified. So in that case, the your the time when this has to be separated, that is when the code has to be
Hmm.
enabled, and when the code these lines, at what point of time do they enable and disable this, will have to be taken care of at the
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
quotation site, so when you're doing a
Hmm.
quotation, you have to say that first the technical bid has to come in, and then the
Hmm.
financial bid information has to be submitted.
No, but I want to submit it same time, right?
So this is the one which is same time, technical and functional, and your financial is going in at the same time.
Yeah, but at that time, at the time of submission, I want to keep the commercial as confidential till I technically qualify.
Okay. Okay. That will have to be looked into, whether it can be, whether it can be enabled or not. That whether you
Hmm.
can, we'll have to look it up.
Hmm.
I'll have to look it up. Whether, I think it should be doable that, release financial only after technical qualification and stuff like that.
Hmm. But then when they release the financials, we should not be in a position to change the bid. The company supplier should
Hmm.
not be
Hmm.
able to change it.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think that should be doable, but I'll have to double check before I confirm that to you.
Okay, good. So let's take a simple case like, implementation of Fusion. You
Hmm.
are inviting IBM, Deloitte, whatever that's there.
Hmm.
They put in their commercial side
Hmm.
technical bid.
Hmm.
Now, when I'm putting my technical bid, how can I do the evaluation of the vendor side by side?
Hmm.
How can I do that?
Hmm.
This. Where is the selection? Is there evaluation criteria which I can
Yes,
set?
yes, yes.
Where is the evaluation
There's a
criteria?
separate negotiation feature where you can do the side by side comparison.
Hmm?
Let's finish this, then we can take a look at it. Or do you want to go there now and then come back and continue with this?
No, I would say let's go to the evaluation comparison, no? Because when we're talking about, I'm just formulating ideas and then I'll forget it. Or if you think, listen, you go by way what you think. You go by the way you're doing it.
Yeah,
I
no,
trust you, and then you
I
say
would
that.
rather, have all our questions for Supplier Portal in one place, and then we can go into that logging
Yes,
and try to
yes,
address those
yes,
questions,
yes.
Then
That's
you will
fine.
have
That's
the
fine.
full visibility on the supplier feature also.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So this is the negotiation. We'll look it up. Don't worry. So this comes to invoices and payments. Do you want to see anything here?
No, create invoices. How do I create my purchase order? How do I receive the purchase order? First, I want to see when I'm pushing the purchase order and how where is the it's
These are
coming.
your purchase orders.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say manage orders.
Mm-hmm. How do I put the agreement system? Remember, I'm going to take so many medicines at this rate. Where do I put the pricing?
So the pricing and all will come from your purchase order.
Okay.
So when you are putting out your purchase order, you will have a schedule where you may be buying, let's say, 100,000 dirhams worth of medicine supplies, but you may not want them everything in one place, everything on one day.
Yes.
So there you have
Yes.
the schedule. So this is your purchase order.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this gives you all the details as to what
Mm-hmm.
is the amount and what is the agreement. There could be a source agreement that against which it has been drawn up. These are the lines.
Mm-hmm.
What is the quantity and what
Mm-hmm.
is the schedule of supplies. You may not want both
Mm-hmm.
the items at the same place,
Mm-hmm.
or you might want them depending on your requirements. So schedule is what will
Mm-hmm.
be supplied, where it will be supplied, basically ship to, and these are the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Just I, have a look at this. Just give me a 1 or 2 minutes. I'll just hit the restroom and come. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Take a break. Just Hello, you back? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back.
1 second, let me put me on. Yes. Yeah, so we will talk about the quantity, purchasing, quantity, price, schedule,
So this
evaluation,
is already
comparison when we reach the.
after the company has confirmed the purchase order.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They have raised the purchase order, and now we can acknowledge it to say we are in receipt and we are working on this. We can take certain actions from here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I can also acknowledge it.
Okay. What happens if the purchase order, the client wants to cancel the purchase order? When supplier says, look, I can't supply it, I want to cancel it.
So he can cancel the document.
But what about the penalties? How would the penalties would be?
Yeah, that
What about the bond? Where's the bond? Where's the bond kept? You know, what do you call? What is that? Bond is there, right? How do I store the bond? Cancellation bond. Remember, there's a cancellation or performance bond. Where do I put that?
so it is like a reserve
Maybe we don't
money.
have to. Yeah, yeah. Where do I store it? Once you do the bid, I want to put the performance bond, store that. So that should be somewhere, right? That will be a liability, right?
Hmm.
You'll have to be an accounting thing where you will.
That I don't know if it is straight off available. Otherwise, it might have to be a separate, from the, because then you'd be receiving that money. If it was
Mm,
if he is an existing supplier and you already owe him money, you can always raise a debit memo or a credit
mm,
memo and then knock off some of the outstanding. The
yeah,
other option is if
mm,
he's a totally new supplier and you ask him to pay penalties, then you would also have to set him up as a customer where you can
yeah.
receive the money from him.
Mm. What about the products of time and material?
Mm, those would primarily be around services, right?
Mm,
Services are usually time and material.
mm. Okay, anyway, go ahead. Next. Yeah. I don't need to go into that. Or at least I'll put these questions down. We can address it later.
So this was the orders, right?
Mm,
And this is the
yeah.
schedules. Against a particular order, the schedules that are there, you want to update or you want to maintain it. That's the ship to location, deliver, and all that.
So the schedules are updated by the supplier, right?
Usually, at the time of generating the purchase order, the client will mention where they want those items to be delivered, which would be the ship to site.
Mm. Mm.
right? For example, your company has, let's say, 5 or 10 premises, or medical stores. So you might be combining the total order and then splitting out
Mhm.
the schedules to tell your supplier that you need to supply them at the respective stores.
Mm.
So one
Yeah.
order
Okay.
could have one or more lines, and each line could have one or more schedules.
Mm.
You follow this?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what happens? So the schedules are done. Then what happens then?
So once the schedules are done, then you do the shipment.
So where is the shipping over here?
Now here as a
When?
supplier, yeah, so then what you have is the shipment notice.
Mm-hmm.
We call it the advanced shipment. This is the managed shipment part of it.
Okay.
And then once the supplier, once the company receives it, then you can view the receipts here.
Mm.
If there
So
are
there's
any
a product called
returns, you can
receiving,
view
right?
the receipts.
Okay.
This is part
Shipments.
of that. If you look at that, if you remember our procure to pay cycle description,
Yeah. Yeah.
discussion, over there we had a part which was receiving, which you can receive at the gate, or you can receive at the inventory
Mm.
itself, stores, and then
Mm.
record that.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So let's
What is
say
create ASN?
ASN is the uh, advanced supply note or something like that, supplier note, where you are preparing to ship. So you would
Mm.
maintain all the details regarding that particular, against a particular purchase order, suppose. Oh, I should have looked up the purchase order.
Oh, man.
164026. So this is the item against that particular purchase order, right?
Mm.
This is the item that was to be supplied, the 14-inch
Mm.
laptop, if you remember.
Yes.
Okay. And this is the purchase order. So once you do this, click
Mm-hmm.
on this, you create ASN. You may be aware that when you do online shopping, they keep updating that
Mm.
your item has been packed, your item has been shipped, your item has been received at so and so place. So all this information can be
Mm.
tracked here.
Okay.
And against that, uh, what is the actual quantity that you're shipping? Maybe out of order 2, you're shipping 1. So you can say I am shipping 1 now.
Mm.
And then once they receive it, it will show 1 item received.
Mm. So this is an advanced shipping note.
Yes.
SN details. Okay.
Yes.
This is there in EBIS? Not there,
Uh,
right? Don't
yeah,
think it's so advanced.
part of it is there. They had started with this. Actually, what you will find with Fusion development is, lot of these new features that they have introduced in Fusion, you will find in the later releases of EBIS.
Mm.
Release 12 to release 12 to 4. In those releases, you
Mm.
will find them. They are, using that as their development ground also.
But it's difficult because Supplier Portal Cloud. I don't know how much are they using. People using with so many
Yeah,
suppliers.
Supplier
You
Portal
need
was
to have
there
a,
in release 11 also, but hardly people
but not
used it.
use. Yeah. So what is a create SASN? Create ASBN. What is ASBN?
This is supplier. What is the full form? This is supplier shipping and billing note, basically. ASBN, right? S is for shipping, B is for billing. So what was it? Forgot.
Never mind. I mean, I think we can cover it later on. I don't have to figure it
Yeah.
out now.
No,
So this
I
is
just forgot that purchase order number. 164026. I put 164026. Now you can also have this uploading feature where you can create that ASBN or ASN in the outside the system and then upload it here. It doesn't have to be here. You might have a particular one at the gate also. So here the additional information is your invoice number that you are tagging.
correct.
So in that other one, the invoice number is not tagged when you are having the
Hmm.
ASN. With an ASBN, you have the
This is better.
actually it depends on what processes they have.
Yeah, yeah. No, if it's a services, you don't. You just need ASN. If it's a product, then you need an ASBN or whatever. Maybe. I don't know. No, I don't know.
Oh, it depends. Actually, what happens if you look at the auto invoice feature in receivables, that is based on
Hmm.
shipping. So if the
Hmm.
customer's invoices are generated in a third-party system where the invoice numbers are automatically generated or they have a particular pattern, there might be an
Hmm.
integration,
Hmm.
right? If you know the invoice number here or you're manually generating the invoice number, in that case, you can
Yeah.
use this feature.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good.
So this is that upload ASN ASBN feature.
Hmm.
This is the view receipts.
Hmm.
Nothing has been uploaded yet. you have these receipts, so you can see against which particular purchase order, and when was it received, how many were ordered,
Hmm.
how many were returned, net received, rejected.
How did you do this? Where did you find it out? I didn't miss that out.
I put in the date actually. Here, what I
Okay.
did, receipt date, I said between,
Ah,
I just enlarged the period,
okay, okay,
last 5 years, whatever has been received.
okay, okay. So this
Sometimes
talks
that
about the
also
receipt. Now,
doesn't
what
get
about?
you all the information. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but now, okay, now what a receipt is done now. Okay, so you've raised invoice along with that purchase order.
Mm.
You got the receipt, which I talked about. What about
Mm.
the payment now? How do I know as a supplier portal what has been paid or not paid?
Oracle has an answer to your question. So this is your view
Hasn't answered.
payments. Yeah,
Ah, it's there.
yeah.
Hmm,
So this
correct.
was that invoice and payments. So you could view the invoices and you can view the payments.
Which the Oracle has done.
Mm.
Okay. So whenever the payment is done, whenever the money is transferred to the bank, or is it when the payment is approved?
Oh, this is Midtown company. It will show you the payment status as well. Payment amount, remit to account, see cleared.
Eh?
Cleared here.
Cleared means what?
Cleared means the payment has been cleared from the company's accounts.
Okay, negotiable means? It's called midterm computer supplies.
So he is a contact of that particular vendor. So that's why we are seeing his
Okay,
information.
okay. So paid amount is this, invoiced amount is that? Okay. Fully paid. Paid status is also there.
Hmm.
Very good.
Hmm.
Purchase order is also linked up.
Correct.
Purchase order,
Correct.
invoice number is not a receipt.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not put the
Invoice number.
receipts.
Invoice number is
What
there.
is this consumption advice? Okay, invoice number is there. Okay. What is the consumption advice means?
I don't know. I need to, what is it?
Okay. Okay, never mind. Okay, good. So payment is covered. We've covered payment. So it's
Hmm.
good. The cycle is clear.
Hmm.
Okay, what else is left then in supplier portal? It's very powerfully, man. It will really bring in a lot
Yes.
of
Yes. Yes. Provided,
revolutionary.
the all thing is all in a mindset.
Hmm.
See, online banking is great, right? A lot of people are not
That is it.
fully conversant with online. They don't like it.
Hmm. Okay, can we go to the next one? So returns, receipts, returns are there. Returns are also there. Good. Manage deliverables. What are deliverables? Manage deliverables.
Nothing is defined here. Basically, these are things like, what has to be supplied with those
Hmm.
items or products, that go with it.
Hmm. Okay.
The other place, whenever you are in the application, if you want to know something, you can click on this help.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you will get all answers here also.
Oh, this is good. Okay.
So it tells you using which one, what part, and so this is contract
Hmm.
deliverables using customer contracts.
Hmm.
So this takes you still to the same source of truth.
Good. We're almost done, right?
Yeah.
No?
Contract deliverables
Okay,
track
good.
both contractual and non-contractual commitments that must be honored as part of negotiations and contractual agreements between businesses and suppliers or customers based on contract in. So it tells you all the things that are there and stuff like that. Hello? 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 Oh, oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, good. You want to note down the user ID so that you can go and look around. Adam.Jones. Okay. Price is, password is the same.